2024 Honda Prelude concept. So I'm going to go through this car. I was checking it out at the Goodwood Festival of Speed this weekend, and yeah, I really want to kind of talk about it. And what I'll do is I will pause it on certain bits as I'm kind of going through and just talk to you about the car, the touch and feel. Yeah, as you can see, I'm just going through kind of like the back at the moment of this kind of reimagined car. Now the Prelude, well, it reminds me actually of Gran Turismo. As I kind of pause it here, it was essentially a car that, well, a model that Honda stopped making, and they're just sort of like putting the feelers out there, but it looks like potentially is something that they are going to make. Also, I'll kind of show you the details on the Honda website. What they kind of talk about the car is it's basically around a culmination of 25 years of hybrid engineering. And they basically say to register your interest in the car. Now, to be honest with you, this looks like a car that probably is going to actually make production. I'd be very surprised if they're going through all this effort for a car that's not. And yeah, this is all you kind of get on the website. There's no sort of like ordering or there's nothing else. It's just a case of, yeah, it just explains about a true sporty hybrid. They don't really give too many details, but what we do know is it's a hybrid, and what we do know is I believe it's around 180 horsepower. Also potentially front-wheel drive, which is interesting. But that's kind of like the Prelude. And yeah, I remember it off Gran Turismo, off the old video games, back in the 90s, which I played. I enjoyed, trying the car. So it really captured my imagination when I basically checked it out at Goodwood Festival of Speed. This is the new model. And something that I really want to talk about is that engine is a 2-litre hybrid. It's not like an electric, it's not a plug-in hybrid. It essentially just, it's a tried and tested motor from Honda already, which can be found in the Honda Civic. And the Honda Civic is a car actually Honda are very kindly lending me for a week to kind of try out. And that's basically a Honda Civic Sport I'm trying. And it just makes it more sustainable to be able to create these kind of cars and create these kind of coupes. And this will kind of compete with the likes of, say, like the GR86 and hopefully be at a really good price point as well, if it does come out. And actually early on, if I kind of just scroll it back a little bit to when I kind of just started this, you obviously got the black alloy wheels. I have to say a lot of the quality, as I go back, you can see here, is the little carbon fibre bits. Now, this is something you can get as like optional extras on the likes of the Honda Civic Sport. Obviously the more usable car, you could have a coupe on the side and a Honda Civic on the as your main kind of daily. But it's real carbon fibre, and it's actually really, really nice in person. Carbon fibre spoiler and a carbon fibre rear diffuser. But I'll play this and go through it with you because, well, there's lots of little touches. It's got big, decent wheels, black wheels with red brake calipers. Now, you can't really see anything inside. Honda have basically purposely, even though they've actually already designed the full interior, they're not allowing you to kind of look into it. I loved the looks. It felt like modern 2024, 25. I loved the spoiler. I loved the carbon fibre. I loved just the idea of this kind of car. I think it's a really, really great idea. And I think it shows where Honda are kind of pushing as well, because they know things can't be all combustion anymore. But are things going to go fully electric? I know, let's do the hybrid side of things. And I think that's really, really special. And 180 odd horsepower, if that is to be the case, is plenty. And you've got down the side as well, which is it's all carbon fibre there too, which is really nice. And it looked stunning. And it was kind of like an orangey red. That's the best way to kind of describe it there. The door handles as well. And yeah, I kind of went through this car quite in depth. And I was really intrigued, just a load of it. Interested to know what you guys think in the comments of this. This is the 20-inch, serious rubber 245 section, 245 section. Yeah, and I believe I'm going to say that's on Michelin's. I can't entirely clarify that for you. But this, my channel is a community channel, so please feel free to get involved in the comments and check back on previous content as well. If you like this, you might like other content as well, and subscribe. It just allows me to get more access with manufacturers to produce better content for you guys as well. And yeah, subscribing is a big part of that. So feel free to do that. I'm also on Instagram at SamAustin657. If you want to follow me there, I like posted quite a few stories from the Goodwood Festival of Speed. So if you followed me on there, you would have got to see that. And I've got plenty of posts too. Decent stopping power. Honda's obviously, typically reliable. Love the design. I'm getting excited just looking at it. I love that. It looks like it takes this is probably why it's still technically classed as a concept. A lot of angles to it. A lot of shapes. But yeah, it's still sort of like that sleeking, gliding look. Yeah, and I'm kind of a person who, I love my driving, but I don't necessarily want to go, full on out, massive power. I just like the feel and the handling and just all that kind of side of things. And this is kind of that perfect car. for that. Now, I'm not 100% sure if it's gloss black at the front or if it's the carbon fibre as well. It's got a little bit of a blue kind of stripe there. But yeah, it's all subjective. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and like if it's something that you'd want to see produced essentially from Honda. And yeah, what do you think of that 2-litre hybrid engine as well? Because that's a big part of it, a hybrid in a sports car. They did it with the likes of, say, a Pass. They brought that car as a hybrid. It was a 3.5 V6, I'm going to believe. Please feel free to correct me on that if I'm wrong. That's a good sort of picture there. That's the old Honda Prelude. That's when it first kind of initially came out. Yeah, I think of Gran Turismo, which is obviously Japanese racing game. Yeah, and on sort of like the PlayStation and PlayStation 2, that was my kind of sort of build up, being, I'm in mid-30s at the moment. Well, at the moment, time of filming, I'm 34 years of age, so that's why it comes to my mind. And this is the modern take of it. And it just gives me an idea of where Honda are kind of thinking of what they're looking for in the future. And I look forward to trying the Civic as well, which is essentially, going to have this exact same engine. So if you want to see what it's like in real life, how the engine works, feel free, check out future content on my channel, because I'm going to try and do a lot on that car. I'm going to really try and share it with you all. Yeah, I'm going to try and do some trips and things. So that's the plan on that. Type R to the right, which I have done reviews on as well, Civic Type R. And that is essentially the concept. I couldn't really get behind it as much as I would like, because it's quite tucked in against the wall. But these were kind of the best of the images that I could get. Yeah, that's sort of like the start of it, the Goodwood Festival Speed. You can see quite a few people sort of knocking around. They've got some cool cars. The CR-V looks very cool, actually, from Honda. And the whole design, I personally think it probably looks... It's quite, it's a different stance to, say, like a GR86. But still, really cool car. And I'm excited to kind of see more about it. But most importantly, what are you kind of, are you excited? What do you think about this kind of car? The chief engineer is kind of sort of just talking about how it's evolving with hybrid and where they're kind of going there, and their powertrains. That's the big part. And what I mean by the Honda Civic having the same engine, you've got the Civic Type R, you've got the Civic, got the HR-V, you've got all of their models. You go to the Civic, and this is the car that I'm actually, I've got my first press car, which I'm very excited about. It's the Honda Civic Sport, and that's essentially, if you go to sort of like the exterior, I believe it was on the gloss black wheels. You can get stuff like the carbon fibre styling pack. I just think that's really cool. You see the ducktail spoiler and all of that, so you can kind of get it. I will add that. Yeah, and you go to like the interior, and you can kind of customize it as well. But I won't go too much about this, because I want to kind of save that for you guys, when I actually get the keys to the car, to be able to share it with you exactly. My car was in platinum pearl white as well, that they're kindly lending me. But I hope that it's going to say a little bit about the engine. Tech specs, there we go. Engine. That is essentially the engine which is going to be in the Prelude, basically. The 2-litre 4-cylinder hybrid. That's the idea. And I mean, this car does 0 to 60 in 7.9 seconds, 143 PS, 189 pounds-feet of torque, 315 newton-meters of torque, 186 pounds-feet, 7.6 seconds. And that's pretty good. Fuel economy is pretty good as well. So it's like, those are pretty some special numbers. And the Preludes like to be slightly lighter. Maybe they can squeeze a little bit more power out of it. So I'm excited to see what it's like, and I'm excited to share this car with you on the channel. Yeah, there we go. But obviously, interested to know what you guys think in the comments of the Honda Prelude. I'll leave it playing for you as I kind of wrap it up, because at the end of the day, it's going to be based on demand. And sports coupes, they are a little bit on the side potentially, for those. But at the same point, it still has sort of like a big part to play in sort of like cars for me. I love my coupes. I love like the Porsche Cayman and the Porsche Boxster, the 718 series, which is kind of coming to an end. Alpine A110s are pretty cool. GR86s are great, but they're few and far between, even like the MX-5. This car is, at least they're sort of meeting us halfway. Can you have a sports coupe full hybrid? Full electric? I don't know. It just depends what the future holds. It depends what sort of like battery technology and things hold. I feel like this is a really good balance. It's a good balance between people who just want a car to not, it's not a plug-in hybrid. I should stress that. It's literally is just you get in and go, turn the key. You just get the benefit of that extra power. I suppose weight is one thing. Is that going to increase weight? What it will be like to drive? There's so many safety techs and specifications now that with legislation that you have to have, which add to the sort of weight of a car. But I guess we'll have to see. It is a concept. But thoughts below in the comments. I'm super interested to know your thoughts. Let me know what you think, and yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day, and subscribe. It really does help me to produce more content, and check back on previous content. If you like this, you might like some other stuff, including the video shown up here with the Civic Type R. Thanks for watching.